Good morning, friends. Colleen here. Well, today's Friday. It's a beautiful sunny day. I have my coffee and I've just sat down now to shoot this little video on fussy cutting. Interestingly enough, this morning I was chatting with some gals, and one gal in particular, her name's Lorraine. She's from the UK. We spent about a half an hour chatting up a storm. She's a real sweetheart. But she has a lot of struggle with fussy cutting, and so do I guess several other ladies, which I will say, when I first started to cut out little, little images and whatnot, I did learn a very valuable tip that till this day is the reason I absolutely love to fussy cut. My husband laughs and chuckles and all kinds of different things, and says, he says jokingly that he's concerned I'm going to get carpal tunnel, but you know what, he also sees how much I love what I do and he just loves it. So, but yeah, I do, if I'm not crafting at night, while we're sitting in the living room together, then I'm fussy cutting. So I just thought I would do a little video and show you the tip that I learned, and is the reason that I find it actually very soothing. So ladies, grab your coffee and let's get to some cutting. By the way, one of the things I love most about this crafting world that I've discovered in the last year or two is just, I have made so many wonderful friends. And for anybody new, to all my new subbies currently, I really appreciate that you've subscribed. I'm so happy you're along this journey with me, and I do appreciate everybody's comments. Like, it's so encouraging. I'm happy to have inspired some of you. I'm happy you're learning new things, new ideas. I certainly learn ideas from many other people as well. So it's just a wonderful community to share what we love to do and to share our own ideas with each other. So I will just start off by sharing somebody asked me what scissors I use, and to be honest, while these are apparently like wonderful scissors by Tim Holtz, they're sharp, they're tiny, they would get into little spots beautifully. I have tried them once or twice, but you know what, I'm old school, and to be honest, I only use my big, they're probably 2 years old, at least 2.5. They've cut a lot of images. They're from Michael's. They're Recollections brand. I've never sharpened them. They probably could be sharpened, actually. But you know what? I'm old school. I stick to the things I generally start out with first. So I would probably recommend Tim Holtz though for the little images. But again, you have to figure out what works best for you. But either way, no matter what scissors you grab, this tip I'm going to show you is really all you're going to need to know. So I just thought I'd show you how much I love to fussy cut, and I could sit here from morning till night cutting and never ever get a hand ache. And I think it's because of the tip that I can't remember who she was that even gave me the tip. I wish I could, because I'd love to give her the credit. It's not even a profound tip, but it made all the difference. But this is a small portion, a very small portion of the kind of cutting I do on a regular basis. Like, these buckets here are just full of things that I've cut. Little things, round things, tedious images, easy, tag images. But this is, again, a very small portion of how much I have cut. So I thought, if I can do it, I know you gals can. Some of you, I will share actually that maybe a year ago, I bought a scan and cut. My husband bought me a scan and cut. It's a machine that you put your printables through and it comes out and all your images are cut. But to be honest, I told him that's what I wanted. And so, it's not a cheap item, but because he's so wonderful, he said, "Hun, let's just do it." So we did, and it sat in the box for a couple weeks. And then I thought, you know what, to be honest, for the amount of money it cost, And also, to be honest, I've read people's opinions about it, and they either it would stick in the machine, or you know, it wasn't cutting properly. And I also mostly I dreaded giving up fussy cutting, and I didn't want it to sit on the shelf because of how much it costs. So I would have used it, but really, I'm really happy. I'm old school. I stick to the paper and scissors, and I just go to town using the old-fashioned way to cut stuff. So here we go. Enough said. I'm going to start by maybe just cutting one of these. This is a freebie from G's Happiness and Crafting printable. So let's do this. I'm going to cut out this. First of all, I cut a smaller image out so that obviously you're not having the big sheet in your hand. Now here's the ticket, gals. So you've got your scissor cutting hand and your guide hand. This hand here is why I love this so much, and I never get tired and my hands never ache, because this hand is going to do all the guiding. This hand's just going to snip, snip, snip. So, and don't hold tightly. Just everything you do, just hold lightly, a little bit firm, but not too much. And then just start cutting. Now, one of the keys I learned is I like to leave a little border. So I hope that you know, some maybe not. Some like to cut maybe right to the image. But so see my left hand? It's doing all the work here. And my right hand is just cutting as the left hand feeds it. And seriously, and so I guess I use my under fingers here to guide from the bottom, but everything is just, I'm relaxed. I'm just feeding my scissors with my left hand, and I'm just cutting away. It's pretty smooth, but I do find if I leave a border, I like the look, so, but let's do this. Maybe I won't leave a border on this one. So here we go. I'm going to cut closer to the image. And I don't feel like I have to get it perfect, because number one, I do use inks a lot. I distress, but also too, it just doesn't bother me. So, but as you can see here, I'm shooting for getting just most of the border off the image here. But my left hand is doing all the work. This is not a very exciting video, but I hope it's going to be useful for you. There. So here's the difference. Not completely perfect, but you've got border and you've got no border, but it didn't take me long. I'll do one more. Actually, I'll do a different image here. So this is a dragonfly. So again, left hand's going to feed the scissors here. And I just do. Sometimes humming helps or not, but I just cut away. My left hand feeds everything. And if you are okay with leaving a border, you're going to find that actually is easier. See? Just like that. So yeah, it's here. Okay, so here's a little more of an intricate cut with my big floppy whatever scissors. Here we go. And I find using the back of the scissors here to start very helpful as well. Like, I'm not sure if that just made sense to you, but it just helps with the smoother glide. So when it comes to pointed leaves and such, watch what I do here. I just go off the page, and then I start, and I just sort of cut around the borders. And you want to also, like, you can kind of twist your hand, your cutting hand, when you're going around squigglies. Just kind of just squiggle your hand, and you'll find that that's all you need to do, and it works beautifully. I'm kind of holding this a little farther away from my eyes to get it in focus here, or in camera, but normally I would have them a bit closer. So there, that did not take me that long. And in my mind, it's completely presentable. So maybe I'll do this tag. This is not, you can see it clearly, but this is just a clock tag, which reminds me of a cute story this morning. This gal that I've gotten to know from the UK, we got chatting here. She's the reason I'm doing this video. Hope this helps, Lorraine. Anyways, I guess we shared a few photos. She showed me her home, a little bit of her home and her craft cave. So I thought, okay, well, here's my craft cave. And then she happened to notice that we have the exact same clock, and which I found so hilarious, because the clock that is hanging in my craft room is an oversized mint colored with just a mint colored clock. You wouldn't typically see them that often. And here she had the exact same one hanging in her, I think it was her living room in the UK. So we kind of got a chuckle out of that. So here we are. I hope you can see how simple these cuts are. Excuse me. Let's see. Maybe I'll do one more. Oh, gotta get rid of this. I like to have my trash bin right here. Scoop it away. So let's try this here. I'll cut around a square. The squares are simple. Just straight up, leaving a little border. And then straight down. And just the sound of the cutting, I just love it. I know, I'm very strange. I won't go through these all here, but it gives you an idea. So again, the ticket is using your non-scissor hand, because some of you I'm left-handed, I'm certain. And so whatever hand you are not using your scissors with, that is the hand that feeds your scissors. I think I'm going to do one more for you, and I'll go nice and slow. So left hand, feeding through, turning it. Of course, you're turning your scissor hand as well, but your left hand is actually just really doing a lot of the work. And also, feel free to, gracefully just turn your scissors in and out, and at the same time, you're still letting the scissor glide through the paper. It's just a real groove you can get into. If you're trying to cut along, you know what? Okay, I'm going to just do something here. I think I'm going to show you something here. So if you're having to cut along like a crazy border, just kind of, actually I'm going to do even more crazier than that. Sometimes you'll find images have really tight corners and spaces and stuff. So just turn kind of squiggle your scissors. You don't have to literally get every single line, but if you squiggle your scissors, you can see how it just cuts through any shape or whatnot pretty easily. So the trick here, ladies, is don't fight it. Well, this here's, I'm gonna have to see. Even so, I'm just sort of loosening the scissor hand, and yeah, I don't know. I just it may be something it's hard to probably teach, but if you've got like a ragged edge, and with using on the side of your scissors are, just squiggle your scissor through, but don't fight it. Just squiggle it through, and with your left hand, let it feed the scissor. I hope this helps. It might have helped maybe a couple of you, a few of you, but I'm certain it'll help some of you. And you know what? There are people that just absolutely hate fussy cutting, and I understand that. So I'm just not one of them. Now, while we're at it, I have to turn everything into a quick little tutorial because I found these images so darling. So, got this. So these 3 butterflies. Here was a piece of scrap. It was an 8x10 printable that I used in a different project. And because I don't like to waste paper, I thought with these butterflies, I cut them all out. And I quickly, because this was when I cleaned up my desk one day just to run out for dinner, I couldn't resist this because it's a quick, fun project. I'm going to actually do it right now with you. So I'm going to make this into a bookmark because it's quick, it's fun, and it's using up your papers. And remember, I'm using this wonderful thin bead of glue bottle. So I'm going to put this on. This doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to cut around. I find if I glue the image to a backing, whatever backing I'm using, this is a cardstock. This is a cardstock. I'm going to get this little corner glued down here. I'm making this, by the way. I wanted to show you this, that this took me like maybe 5 minutes because these were already cut out, so. But I just thought it was so adorable. Couldn't wait to show you just for a fun, quick tag to make for your journals, or it could actually just even be like something you pass on as a little gift to somebody. So now I'm cutting around the image that I glued down. Instead of trying to measure the piece to glue to the paper, I like to just stick it down and then cut around it. It's much quicker. And then I took the butterflies, and I'm just going to do it right now since we are fussy cutting. Right, girls? Maybe some of you are fussy cutting along right now. But you're going to see how unperfect, if you will. I don't feel like it needs to be perfect. And especially because I do tend to use my distress inks to ink around the borders of my images. So I'm going to finish this butterfly. I'm going to throw this little tag together for you. So basically, you get any piece of paper, and if it's not a thicker one, if it's just a copy paper, glue it to the back of a piece of cardstock for some strength. So here's the 3rd butterfly. Okay. So I would normally ink it. Well, you know what? I'm going to do that since we got some time here. It's Friday morning. I don't have to rush. You girls can enjoy this with me, hopefully. So, yeah, I wanted to say again, I'm just so appreciative of all my subscribers because, to be honest, my expectations are like blowing out of the water. I thought if I get 10 subscribers, that would be a lot of fun. It took me forever to get a channel. I was encouraged to get one by Stephanie Sanders from My Porch Prints. So thank you, Stephanie. It's been a wonderful, wonderful journey so far. But I thought 10 subscribers and I'll feel like, hey, I've won the lottery. Just 10 people to have fun with, to learn from, to inspire. But you know what, you girls, oh my goodness, I'm overwhelmed with your kindness and with the amount of subscribers that I seem to have accumulated. I'm just so excited about it because I just know we're all going to learn from each other, and that's what I love most. So here is the one butterfly. I'm just going to glue a part of the back because I want to angle it down Down she goes. Now with this one, I used a little bit of fabric, which you might find funny, but my daughter recently moved into an apartment with her husband, and they bought new furniture, and this was furniture packing that went along the front of the front of the sofas to protect it. And so when we all pulled off this fabric, they were going to chuck it, and I said, no, this is fabric. This will be used and made into something beautiful. So I kept all of it, and it's being used. I'm not going to use it today because I'm just trying to get through this a little quicker than I would normally. But I would normally stick a little piece of fabric in between each butterfly just for texture. And now I'm gluing the top butterfly onto the top of this, but onto the top. So it has a cute little 3D effect, sort of. And I'm going to pull up the wings a bit, like that. And let's see, I'm going to take a word fetty, butterfly whispers, butterfly dreams. Let's do butterfly whispers. Cut, 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 leaving that border. And I'm going to take this little distressing butterfly whispers. Okay, and so I'm just going to glue it. I like to use word fetty. I probably could use it more often, but so I'll stick it there. So you see, this is literally the most simple little thing ever. And I'm also, because I've made one, I might as well make this one as well. But let's see. Let's use a pink one. That's cute. So then I'm going to use my crocodile. You don't need to have a crocodile, but if you have one, a simple paper punch, hole punch is perfect. But I'm going to just draw the circle so that I get it in the middle. That's about right. Take the bigger portion of the crocodile punch and make my hole. And then I got fingers that get in the way constantly. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to use this little tipped portion of the crocodile to clip into my eyelet. And then squeeze. And there we have an eyelet. So what will we put for a tab? Let's just use this one. I have in front of me here little bins of scrap pieces, and this is a scrap piece of a ribbon. So I'm going to twist it, feed it through, and then I'm going to grab it through the loop and pull it up. Not the best ribbon, but it's a little bit twisted and whatnot. But anyways, this gives you an idea. So there you have it. There's your fussy cut project, gals. Simple pieces of scrap, using it up, piece of cardstock, and there we have it. And it's also a nice little journaling spot. So ladies, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, let me know. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer. I love all your responses. You encourage my heart so much, and I'm just so appreciative of each and every one of you. So we'll see you next time. Have a wonderful weekend.